Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the presentation of the colors by our award-winning Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard and the Pledge of Allegiance. We also ask that you remain standing for our choir's presentation of our national anthem. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Thank you, Color Guard, Mr. Katona, and the member of our Jackson Liberty Lion Band, and Mrs. Young and the members of our choir. Good evening, families and friends of the graduates of the class of 2017. As the Student Council Board of Education Liaison, I have been given the honor to be the first to welcome you to the 9th Annual Commencement Exercise Ceremony to honor the Jackson Liberty High School class of 2017. At this time, I would like to invite Senior Class President Kimberly Yu to the podium to offer her words of welcome.
Family, friends, faculty, thank you for being here with us today and all the days leading up to this moment. We could not have done it without you. Class of 2017, welcome to your graduation. I know many of us have been excited for this day for a long time, but I think most will agree that the time we have spent together at Liberty has flown by. I can still remember getting lost in the halls my freshman year, but I'm happy to say after 4 years with all of you, I have found myself. It is funny to think how random moments with teenagers can be so profound, but they really have been. Like all those football games where you either played your heart out, cheered on the track, froze your butts off in the stand, played in our title-winning band, or maybe just went for the free t-shirt, it still didn't matter what your reason was for going. It only mattered that many of us were there and felt a part of something bigger than ourselves. Even now, looking at all those chairs, I can't help but remember when Leah busted her butt for us in musical chairs during Battle of the Classes. We've had so much to celebrate. How about our girls volleyball team that brought ESPN to our school and finished with a record of 24-4? Or when we flashed back through the decades at our homecoming dance. The magic continued through the spring with an unforgettable formal and our prom. Even there, we learned that we have to compete for what we want in life. So when there was a tie for prom king, the only solution was a dance-off none of us will ever forget. Thanks some to Jody, but mostly to Downer. Then, just last week, we came out with another win, this time beating the juniors in Powder Puff. Unfortunately, our MVP broke her collarbone during it. Beth, you're a champ. Even through that, we were reminded that life might not always be fair, but with a team behind you, you can do anything. Everyone here is a part of my team, of my family. I'd like to thank all of you for growing with me over the years. Our class is full of the brightest, funniest, and kindest people. You have all shown me strength I never knew before. I am so proud of how we not only laughed together, but also carried each other in the hardest of times. We are now part of each other's story. Wherever you go, a piece of all of us will be with you. I hope you all cherish the memories you shared and the things we've accomplished at Liberty. I've learned a lot of lessons over the years, but the greatest is this. You shouldn't waste time being unhappy. In Adventure Bound, Mr. Kip taught us to always move forward and keep people around you that bring positivity into your life. I'll always remember that, and I hope you all will too. I was lucky enough to walk out of high school with the same girls I walked in with, so shout out to them, especially Rachel since we're all graduating on her birthday. I also want to thank all the faculty for sharing their passion with us. You built our confidence up every day and showed us all we could achieve anything. Because of you, I know we are all well prepared for whatever lies ahead. Finally, I'd like to thank all the parents for their constant support, love, and good looks. Because of mine, I got the courage to run for president. That title has given me a voice, not only at this event, but throughout my life. Thank you to Mrs. Kavanaugh for being the best class advisor ever. You put in hours and hours of your time to make sure our class was taken care of and that we were always happy. You guided me throughout the years, and I don't know what I would have done without you as my school mom every step of the way. Thank you to Ms. Borelli for doing 1,000,001 things for the school and being the best support system for anyone who comes to you. You are truly an inspiration, and I can't thank you enough for what you've done for our class. Thank you, Ms. Butler, and the entire administration for your dedication to my classmates and I. We appreciate how you always let us know how much you truly care. Thank you to my 5 officers that have helped me lead our class into countless victories and good times. Finally, thank you to the entire class of 2017. What I will miss most about high school are the people I shared it with. It's been my pleasure to have known you, whether it has been for 12 years or maybe just a few months. You've changed me, and I know we have changed Liberty as well. Remember, there have been some before, there will be classes after, but no one will ever be like us. It's funny, we came in here as wide-eyed, scared kids. We are leaving here empowered adults who are ready to conquer the world. Life is so precious. I hope you all chase your wildest dreams. Congratulations, class of 2017. We made it.
Thank you, Kim. I would like to introduce some of the honored guests that you see here this evening. From Board of Education, Board President Mrs. Barbara Piero, Board of Education Vice President Mr. Scott Sargent, as well as Board of Education members Mr. John Bernetsky, Mr. Thomas Coluccio, Ms. Vicki Grosso, Mr. Michael Hanlon, and Mr. Michael Walsh. And the Jackson Liberty High School administrative team, led by our principals, Ms. Maureen Butler, and assistant principals, Mr. Jeff Brignola, Mr. Brian Curry, and Mr. John Lamella. At this time, I would like to call our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stephen Janko, to the podium for our Superintendent's address.
Thank you, Max, and good luck at George Washington University next year. I'd like to take a moment to introduce some other people we will honor here tonight. Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Dan Baginski. Assistant Superintendent, Mrs. Nicole Permilli. Our District Business Administrator and Board Secretary, Michelle Richardson. Our Director of Curriculum for Humanities, Mrs. Lasitrick. Our Director of Curriculum for STEM, Mr. Robert Ratanti. Popular. Our Director of Special Services, Dr. Robert Sercho. Director of Guidance, Mr. Kurt Holtz. Our English Supervisor, Mrs. Lisa DiEugenio. And now I promise to be brief. Good evening. I am sure you will hear from others besides me what an honor it is to be here tonight. And it is. For me, seeing all of you here in your caps and gowns is very, very moving. Because I have had the pleasure of getting to know many of you during other events, whether it be student luncheons, night affairs as far as awards, dances, etc. And among other things, I've learned a lot from the high school students here today. Mostly they love food. Feed them and they'll do anything, especially pizza. In addition to the virtues of pizza, we talked about important issues, like how to make this district better and better understand the support for you. We've talked about tough issues, like loss and how we can help you here. And we've also talked about fun things and how to build a stronger bond between our two high schools. So tonight, while I have you for a few minutes, I wanted to take a moment to talk about a lesson I learned a long time ago. It was from a quote which I at the time believed was from Mark Twain that reads, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the things that you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. Mark Twain was actually born Samuel Langhorne Clemens, and he was one of 6 children born in Hannibal, Missouri. He was 12 when his father died of pneumonia. At 13, he left his home to become a printer's apprentice. He moved on because he was fascinated with scientific inventions. At one point, he even became a steamboat pilot, and of course, one of the most celebrated writers in American history. In fact, the pseudonym Mark Twain actually comes from his days as a river pilot. Mark Twain is a river term which means safe to navigate. Throughout his life, Mark Twain took risks, traveled the world looking for new experiences and adventures, and he wrote about them. Those experiences ended up bringing him fame, and now 150 years later, after his first story was written, superintendents all over the country are probably quoting him right now. The idea of throwing off the bow lines and sailing away for safe harbor absolutely applies to you today. You are leaving the safety and familiarity of the school district that has been your home for 13 years. I hope you feel comfortable enough to do just that, but more importantly, I hope you feel prepared to do just that. Throw off those bow lines, taste risks, and don't be afraid of making mistakes. For example, this week I made the mistake when I learned that when I crafted this speech around a quote that meant something to me, that Mark Twain didn't write it. I learned that this week it was actually published by H. Jackson Brown in a book called P.S. I Love You, which was written as a compilation of words of wisdom from his mother. It doesn't change the message, though. Mark Twain's life is an example of how to live a life of adventure and how sharing your passions and thoughts with others can be meaningful and bring on a legacy of your own. But when it comes to sound advice about being brave and taking risks and charting your own course, it turns out all you need to do is listen to your mother. So graduates, as I stop talking and get ready to send you off to navigate on your own, I hope that you leave here knowing that there are plenty of people who are looking forward to seeing where your ships take you. and that you can always come home to Safe Harbor when you need to. Congratulations, class of 2017. It is my pleasure to introduce the Board of Education President, Mrs. Barbara Fiera.
Good evening. It has been my honor to be up here more than a few times as a board member, and I can tell you that it never gets old. Every diploma we hand out, every hand we shake, every smiling face we congratulate is special. I've also had the pleasure of sitting where our parents are more than a few times, 5 times to be exact. And I can tell you, that feeling of pride that you have today never goes away. Every hug, every photo, every memory you make today will stay with you forever. So I guess that kind of makes me a graduation expert, doesn't it? Well, maybe not an expert, but at the very least, I have a certain amount of perspective on this whole thing. And what I have to offer you is this. What happens from this day on is a choice, your choice. This is not my original idea. It was Ralph Waldo Emerson who said, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. That's it. Choice is everything. Nothing is a foregone conclusion. Your destiny is entirely up to you. Having raised 5 children, I know for a fact that sometimes the graduate who sits here tonight can be very different from the young man or woman they become, because somewhere along the line, they were confronted with choices. Take this class or that class, accept this job or that job, work hard or goof off, take a risk or play it safe. There was no foregone conclusion, no destiny decided. There was only a decision made. Hopefully a good one, but you never know. But there was a decision made that pointed them left or right, north or south, up or down. The administrators, teachers, aides, support staff, bus drivers, food service workers, and facilities crew all did their part. They kept you safe. They filled your minds with ideas and knowledge. Your parents and families filled your souls with support and confidence. And your friends filled your lives with fun. Our job as board members was to work with our administrators to create a program that gives you the foundation you need to make sound choices, educated choices. And we hope that we have done that for you. But the rest, it's up to you. There'll be a lot of talk today about bright futures and all the great things you will do. And I believe it, every word. I believe with every part of me that you will go on to live amazing lives. I believe this because I've seen it happen. And I'm the expert here tonight, remember? So on behalf of the Board of Education, who knows the successes of the Lions who have come before you, and who believes wholeheartedly that every one of you, we congratulate you, the class of 2017, and we look forward to seeing what your futures hold. At this time, I would like to introduce Jackson Liberty High School Principal, Ms. Maureen Butler. Welcome. Although you assemble here tonight as a group, it is altogether fitting that we should recognize 2 of your classmates individually for their accomplishments. Keeping with tradition, we recognize the class valedictorian and salutatorian. This young woman is dedicated, intelligent, and a caring individual who always has a smile on her face and a nice word for everyone she encounters. She's an amazing student and deserves accolades for her intelligence and her incredible desire to learn, as well as her ability to light up a room with her personality and wit. She is a member of the Science National Honor Society, the Math Honor Society, Senior Class Vice President, an active member of our Lighthouse Club, captain of the field hockey team, and captain of the lacrosse team. She will be attending Rutgers University in the fall. It is with pleasure that I present to you the class of 2017 Salutatorian, Megan Slayer.
One second ago, I was at Holman, eating glue in my kindergarten classroom. And then I blinked, and when I opened my eyes, I was 2 feet taller, wearing a red gown and a weird cap, standing amongst my peers and speaking to a crowd of proud friends and family members who are probably hoping this speech is short and sweet. That kindergartner could never have predicted she would end up where she is today. Not too long ago, I was on this very field, graduating from McAuliffe, wondering how I would ever survive high school. And that summer, I remember thinking I would never make it through my first field hockey preseason. Then freshman year began, and I couldn't in my wildest dreams have conjured up the twists and turns my life would take in the next 4 years. Back then, I can remember feeling like 4 years was a lifetime, feeling like graduation was an eternity away, and nodding my head whenever someone told me it would fly by. But I suppose cliches are cliche for a reason. At first, Liberty was this cool new place to explore. The halls were bigger, the upperclassmen were a lot bigger, and the opportunities were endless. But it didn't take very long for the intrigue to wear off. And now, 4 field hockey seasons, 4 lacrosse seasons, 4 battles of the classes, 1 formal, 1 prom, and a million memories later, I'm standing on this field again. But this time, I feel like the biggest idiot for ever wanting high school to end. This time, I'm not hoping the next 4 years will pass me by quickly. I'm hoping I can hold on to this moment forever. It's funny to think how far away the future feels until it becomes the present, but the past always feels like it was just yesterday. Looking back on my journey through Liberty, I have a lot to be thankful for, starting with my amazing teachers and role models who have impacted me so deeply and helped me flourish, who have dealt with my frequent tardiness and encouraged me through a severe case of senioritis, who have spent time away from their families after school and on weekends for AP review sessions or sports practice, who every day look at their students and see more than just a letter grade or a percentage, who have not just taught me what is outlined in the class curriculum, but have also taught me about life and about myself. Teachers who go above and beyond their job descriptions every day. My teachers and coaches are an integral part of the reason I'm standing here. I want them to know how appreciated they are, even though we don't always show it. Mrs. Kavanaugh, you're a true supermom. Between your 2 biological children and your 6 school children, you had your hands full this year. But somehow, you always managed to get the job done without even breaking a sweat. Thank you for being an amazing class advisor. I wouldn't have wanted to plan a prom with anyone else. Shayna, I have to admit, I'm a little nervous being the person who has to speak before you. You always say we are 2 halves of a whole brain, so it is only fitting that today we stand together to receive this amazing honor. Dell may be stealing you from me, but I'm thankful that I had the chance to work alongside you all these years. The next person I want to thank is someone who does not receive enough credit for everything she does. Ms. Butler, You are the heart that keeps the blood flowing throughout the halls of our school. You genuinely care so much about everyone, which is why you make such an amazing principal. This year, I got to see the side of your job that most students never get to see. Believe me when I tell you, she does a lot more than just make announcements about sexy nurse costumes and headphones. Now, if you look somewhere in the crowd, there's probably a very proud, very teary-eyed woman. That's my mom. And that man standing next to her is my dad. What kind of graduation speech would this be if I didn't thank my parents? After all, without them, I would be nothing. You put your children before everyone else, always making sure we are happy and healthy. I'm beyond grateful to have been raised by you two, and to know you will have my back as I begin my journey at Rutgers and wherever else life takes me. Finally, I want to thank Jackson Liberty High School for giving me all of you. I couldn't possibly string together words to describe how much each and every one of my friends means to me. We were brought together by chance and became friends by choice. You bring out the best parts of me. You allow me to be myself. You laugh with me for hours on end, and you show me the true meaning of friendship every day. The bar for future friends is set really, really high. So to my teachers, my classmates, my friends, and everyone who, whether they know it or not, has been a part of my high school experience, you have all forever transformed my life for the better. I know that one day I'll blink again, and another decade of my life will have gone by, and this moment will become a memory. But for now, although the future seems so distant, I can see that it is extremely bright, and unlike the past, which is certain, our futures are full of possibility. There's no way to tell what life has in store for us, class of 2017, but in the words of Abraham Lincoln, the best way to predict your future is to create it.
And now you know why she's the salutatorian. This young woman is one of the most remarkable and dynamic students that Jackson Liberty has ever encountered. She is a leader among her peers, never shies away from a challenge, and is one of the most intelligent and caring individuals we have ever seen. She is motivated and organized, humble and honest, and gracious and sincere. And what makes her even more remarkable is her willingness to teach others to be the same way. She is a member of the National Honor Society, a member of the Science National Honor Society, the Math Honor Society, the Spanish Honor Society, the History Honor Society, Vice President of the National Art Honor Society, member of the Interact Club, and captain of the volleyball team. Exhausting. She will be attending the University of Delaware in the fall. It is with pleasure that I present to you the class of 2017 Valedictorian, Shayna Saltzman.
I'm about to tell you the biggest secret that I've learned throughout my high school career. The secret is to be anything and everything that the world hasn't ever wanted you to be. I'm going to share with you a quick story. This year, actually, I walked into a classroom carrying my giant art portfolio, and as soon as the presenter of a college scanned the room and her eyes reached me, she exclaimed, "Oh, you must be an artist with that thing." And I proudly told her, "Yes, of course." As the lecture continued, she then posed the question, "Who here really enjoys math?" Almost automatically, my hand shot up. because yes, I'm a nerd as well, and yes, I love math. As soon as I, the girl with the art portfolio, raised my hand, the presenter looked shocked. "But you're an artist," she exclaimed. I guess I had been waiting for her to fill in the blank with words like different, strange, unexpected, weird, or wrong. Well, what about beautiful? I thought to myself. I learned that throughout high school, that word, beautiful, was never used enough. On another occasion, after being known as a girl who is always studying, I vividly recall walking into volleyball tryouts my freshman year with someone smirking at me, mumbling, "You can play a sport?" I walked through the halls of Liberty my sophomore and even junior years, frightened and embarrassed to wear a varsity jacket. Yet, who would know? While the Grim Reaper Project, my volleyball family, and my friends helped to break me from fitting certain stereotypes, it took me all of high school, up until this very day in fact, to acknowledge that different is beautiful. As individuals of the class of 2017, we can all recall times when fitting in was overriding our decision to stand out. When we deliberately tried to fit a mold that the world planned out for us. Steve Jobs once stated, "Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do." And while time keeps ticking, I've learned that the only thing stopping my classmates and me from getting outside our comfort zone and being exactly who we want to be is ourselves. As we move on to greater things, whether it's college, trade school, the military, or a job, we must always remember to take ourselves along with us. And the first step in that process is to dare to be different, to be beautiful, to be exactly who we want to be. I have learned that people come into our lives out of nowhere, and that nowhere leads us somewhere, and that somewhere leads us everywhere. Megan. From the time we were in dance class together at 3 years old to our 3-hour AP Calc phone sessions, it is a complete honor to share my brain with you. To all of the members of the administration, the staff, including my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Carlton, here today, my friends, my teammates, my coaches, CJ, Amy, and Mary, who are my biggest inspirations, and all students of the class of 2017, I am blessed to say that you have led me everywhere. Most importantly, to my family, thank you for being the biggest support system a girl could ask for. Mom, thank you for always conquering those AP Calc questions when I was lost. I wish I was half as smart as you are. And to my dad and sister, Alexa, thank you for recognizing how integral a role volleyball plays in my life in addition to academics, or else I would be a bigger stress ball than I already am. To a dear member of our graduating class that we lost this year, Kinsey Holder, I remind her and everyone sitting before me that once a lion, always a lion. There is a reason I've wanted this moment of speaking before you all since my freshman year. It is so much more than the grades, and that reason is that I have never felt worthy of all of the brilliant minds, special people, support, memories, and words of advice that I've been blessed with over the past 4 years of high school. I hope now that this reveals my gratitude for all of those who have impacted my life. And to my classmates, I leave you with this. Wherever you go and whatever career path you choose, remember that happiness is a choice and that with gratitude comes happiness. While we all get stuck at times in the balancing act we call life, remember that every closed door simply means that there is one much more worthy of our pursuit down life's path. For the longest time, I denied a potential career in the arts, with people always hinting that I had to do something more with my life, something much more academic. Well, I found out that I couldn't be more wrong. Because just as you try to abandon your true passion, it always finds a way to gravitate back towards you. Mrs. Bender, thank you for saving me back in 2015 when you lectured me, never give up what you love. Students, I offer you the same advice moving forward. Never compromise something you love for the integrity of others' expectations. Be everything you want to be and more than that. Dream big, move mountains, follow your heart, love who you want to love. Be the artist who loves numbers and the athlete who loves to dance. Be the astronaut that's scared of heights and the person that supersedes all expectations. Be the change. Be you, be beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Shana. Throughout the past 8 graduations, it has been a tradition that each class gets to hear a story that I have chosen for them. Over the last month, our students have been relentless in their curiosity as to what their story will be. So class of 2017, here's your story. A philosophy professor stood before his class and had some items in front of him. When the class began, he picked up a very large empty jar. He then proceeded to fill the jar with golf balls. He asked his students, "Is the jar full?" And the students quickly responded, "Yes." The professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured it into the jar. He shook the jar lightly, and the pebbles rolled around in between the golf balls. "Is the jar full?" And again the students laughed and gave a unanimous yes. The professor then picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar, of course, and the sand filled all the spaces in the jar. And again he said, "Is the jar full?" And with confidence this time, everyone in the class laughed and responded, "Yes." Now the professor says, "I want you to recognize that the jar represents your life. The golf balls are the important things in your life, your family, your health, your friends. If everything else was lost and only they remained in your life, then it would still be full. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your job and the house and the cars. And the sand is everything else, but it's small stuff. The professor explained to the students that if you fill your jar with sand, then there's no room for pebbles, and especially not for golf balls, the most important things. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for things that matter. Now you're asking yourself, okay, what does a story about golf balls and pebbles and sand have to do with us? Well, when you entered Jackson Liberty, you opened the jar. At first, you may have begun to fill it with sand, you know, the small stuff, the social stuff. But as a class, you so quickly realized what was important. We faced the challenges together, and we realized who the golf balls are. We are a family. Your parents sit in the audience tonight so proud of the young men and women you've become. And your Liberty parents, your teachers, all of which are in attendance today, are just as proud. During the times of struggles and adversity, like when we lost one of our own, Kinsey Holder, we turned to the important people to help us through those tough times, the golf balls. You have grown to realize it is important, and that's what makes you stand out as a class. You are a class that bands together and fills your jar with important items. Take this lesson with you as you go out and explore the rest of your journey, whether it be college or a vocation. But most importantly, know that no matter how many pebbles or how much sand you add to your jar, it is your family that is most important, whether that be home or at Liberty. Graduates, you are extraordinary and have achieved so many accomplishments. You have won championships, you've performed outstanding productions, you've represented Jackson Liberty in the capital of our country. Most importantly, though, you have been a class of accepting others and realizing that although we may be different and have our challenges, every person matters. So tonight, as we celebrate your successes, let us celebrate 3 of our Liberty family members. First, Mr. Brian Curry. You were a founding father here at Liberty, and you helped us become who we are. Good luck in your new venture as the principal in Middletown, and thank you for all you have done for us at Liberty. Mrs. Christy Opaleski, congratulations on being the 2017 Teacher of the Year. And Mrs. Diane Kohler, congratulations on being the 2017 Educational Services Professional of the Year, and after 30-plus years of taking care of our students, enjoy your well-deserved retirement. Class of 2017, tonight is the night to celebrate. Celebrate the choices you've made, the challenges you've overcome, the accomplishments you've achieved, and the future that lies ahead of you. Leave here knowing that you have an academic foundation for success, but more importantly, you know that in your jar of life, you have learned to fill it with what is most important. People you love and people who love you. Thank you for making our lives and our homes so fulfilling, and know that you truly will be missed. Congratulations. Dr. Janko, Mrs. Fiera, members of the Jackson Township Board of Education, as principal of Jackson Liberty High School, I, Maureen Butler, present to you the class of 2017. We're getting there now. I certify that the eligible young men and women before you have fulfilled the graduation requirements set forth by the state of New Jersey and by the Jackson Township Board of Education, and they are prepared to receive their diplomas. The time has now come for you, the class of 2017, to accept your well-deserved recognition as graduates by receiving your diplomas. The diplomas this evening will be presented by Dr. Stephen Janko, assisted by the senior class officers. Mrs. Kathy Kavanaugh, advisor for the class of the 2017, would you please come to the podium?
In keeping with the tradition of commencement, the valedictorian and salutatorian will be the first in their class to receive their diplomas. Class of 2017 valedictorian, Shayna Zaltzman. Class of 2017 salutatorian, Megan Slayer. Senior class president, Kimberly Yu. Senior class vice president, Jessica Lynn Thaler. Senior class vice president, Megan Elizabeth Hemhauser. Senior class vice president, Leah Castellano. Senior class vice president, Brianna Nixon.
Max Hunter Sylvan. Alexander Abdallah. Ryan Michael Abline. Antonio W. Affinito. Nelson Aguilar. Victor Alexander Aguilar. Faith I. Alban. Jacob M. Albert. Joseph Albero Jr. Jason Anderson. Noah Anderson. Tiffany Antonelli. Alonzo Ramon Aponte. Victoria Aponte. Ethan Z. Armbers. Victoria Faith Armstrong. Bianca Taylor Asaro. Miranda Ariema. Nicholas Aviera. Tanya Benuelos. Gabriella Bransky. Taylor Barnard. Sophia Rose Bartolini. Alana Dorothy Barton. Matthew R. Perico. Liam Benjamin. Jessica Bennett. Brianna Bombasi. Joshua Botieri. Ludmila Boyarkina. Cole Boyce. Holly Bradley. Jared Brandt. Paige I. Brennan. Ryan T. Brennan. Juliana Brett. Michael Thomas Bryce. Lauren Elizabeth Bungay. Mark P. Bergard. Lindsay Nicole Burmeister. Kevin James Burns. Samantha Jade Camacho. Matthew Ryan Canning. Daniel Thomas Capucci. Jared Keith Carroll. Kevin S. Carvajal. Samantha Lauren Castro. Luciano Catalano. Derek John Catron. David J. Kavanaugh. Tara Isabella Choquette. Julia Marie Sisko. Brittany Michelle Koger. Cody Wayne Conklin. Kayla Marie Connors. Graham Alexander Connolly. Wyatt Aaron Cervic. Joseph Cugliari. Cheyenne Rose Cusimano. Anthony Diambola. Joseph DeAndrea. David M. DeBay. Quinn Decker. Skylar Deavy. Amanda L. DeForn. Joseph M. Delcourt. Thomas John Deladonna. Alexis Del Rey. Gianna DePinto. Natalie Christine D'Souza. Cameron Diaz. Christian Diaz. Michael Bernard Diosalvo. Paige Alexis Donegan. Justin Tyler Dos Santos. Ryan K. Downer. Andrew D'Souza. Javier M. Duran. Robert Earl. Eric John Edeen. Jared Hendricks Edgerton. Ugana Emanuga. Casey Emerson. Jacqueline Marie M. Rachel Ann Angelina. Erica Lauren England. Samantha L. Esposito. Andrew Luke Esner. Rafael Elias Estrella Jr. Paul Ayer. Brittany Fasoli. Brianna Feltner. Oldanis Fernandez. Brianna Folchetti. Ian Fortin. Joseph Fox. Reiner P.T. Frickanese. Corey Stephen Friedman. Jake Bryce Friedman. Alexi J. Fresha. George Francis Frew. Autumn Taylor Fulton. Alexander Furlong. Paul Albert Garr. Brianna Rose Garnett. Barbara Jean Burrell. Sarah Grace Gaston. Christina Gill. Jordan Glazer. Jonathan Goldenberg. Molly Elizabeth Brow. Michaela Greenway. Patrick Gamodsky. Anthony J. Grosso, Gabriel Guidetti, Raquel Guyada, Jair K. Hatch, Alexis Sage Henry, Paige Elizabeth Hickey, Matthew Kenneth Hickman, Brianna Rose Holder, Kinsey Holder, Michaela Hubchuk, Heather Francis Hutchko, Kira Michelle Ayadanza, Anne-Marie Ayalakwa, Dylan Michael Ince, Alexander Iorio, Rachel Dana Jarrett, Aviana Johnson, Michael William Johnson, Cassie Paige Jobin, Samantha Catherine Joyce, Anthony Kaminsky, Rachel Karanartney, Deborah Hoffman, Haley Kavanaugh, Catherine Kavanaugh, Anya Kazim, Kelsey Francis Kearney, Carson Robert Carezzi, Grace Kerr, Brian Kilgore, Dana Kilgore, William Kilgore, Jalen V. Kinchin, Bernard Quietek, Jennifer Lackey, Kate Lamata, Alvin Jack Lazaro, Jacob C. Lehman, Zachary M. Lehman, Nikos Leotis, Audrey Levine, Kelly LaCory, Sean Lisa, Malcolm Locklear, Nicole Brielle Longo, Vincenzo Lenegro, Victor Lopez, Kiara Pamela Lopez Villamar, Casey Lowe, Kendra Lucas. Andrew J. Ludovico. Jonathan Lugo. Michael Lundy. Megan M. McCardle. Nicole P. McCrate. Miles Thomas Machen. Diego Madrigal. Jose Madrigal. Kayla June Malloy. Brianna Mamrega. Christina Mamrega. Dominic Mamrega. Hannah Margiotis. Danielle Marie Marks. Jessica Nicole Marks. Leticia Marquez Angel G. Queiroz. Arena Martin. Brittany A. Marzullo. Jonathan P. Mastriani. Dante William Matthias. Christopher J. Mastrograno. Kayla Morrow. Justin Alexander Mays. Bradley R. McKelvey. Crystal McLean. Tamara McLeod. Stephanie McRae. Selena Mendez. Colby Metzger. Matthew John Meyer. Tiffany Meza. Kylie Mills. Jarrett Miner. Thomas Michael Moncrief. Nico T. Montano. Ulysses Morales. Catherine Moyers. David Mulvihill. Craig J. Murdoch Jr. Brandon Murphy. Jovan Antonio Natal. Zachary Newman. Danielle Noda Francesco. Alexis Catherine Novotny. Carly O'Connor. Dylan O'Connor. Madison O'Donnell. Sean O'Keefe. Taylor O'Keefe. Bethany Olajars. Emily Alexa Omar. Alexis Orphanadikis. Jaslyn A. Ortiz. David Owens. Brandon Pamphile. Michelle Pastor, Eric Pastrana, Jonathan Bridger Patla, Jordan Christian Payne, John Peacock, Kira Savannah Pearson, Brenda Melissa Perez, Joshua Perez, Nicholas P. Perrone, Matthew Charles Petrie, Jessica T. Piper, Matthew Angelo Hero, Sean Matthew Plummer, Lauren N. Prendergast, Jasmine Presley, Simone N. Price, Chandler Lee Curry, Jimmy J. Quezada Jr., Hannah Ryder, Imani Ciandra Riddick, Joshua J. Reeder, Anna Richter, Melanie Robertson, Christopher Rodriguez, Felix Rodriguez, Melvin Rodriguez, Xavier Roman, Christian Romero, Ashley Rosenstack, Miriam Ruiz Velez, Samantha Nicole Rupp, Melissa Renee Russo, Evan Solage, Miriam Salib, Chloe Saloni, Safa Al-Yasmin Sankar, Nathaniel Santana Jr., Gabrielle Skatigna, Stephen G. Schuster, Daniel W. Shalaba, Caitlin Spripko, Hannah Scott, James William Sieber, Tyler J. Schubert, Cole Sheikh, Ariel Lynn Sherman, Zachary Ryan Shields, Anastasia Sigafus, Matthew T. Simon, Capri Singh, Arja Sinaroy, Nicholas Saragusa, Brooke Smith, Taylor Smith, Idona Spahiu, Michael Spano,
Sankatite. Jacob Michael Stevens. Jacob Tannum Stillwell. Amanda Strayline. Danielle N. Strong. Anthony Gennaro Suarez. Davin Roger Sabawan. Cameron Sabatin. Dean Sussman. Jacob Swomiak. Kyle Tavaska. Samuel Joseph Terranova. Alicia Angelina Eileen Thomas. Raliette O. Tijani. Isaiah Slaxani. Vinny Tadera. Valeria Toro Garcia. Aliana Elise Torres. Jordan Torres. Benjamin Torres Flores. Alana Maid Trainer. Danielle Marie Trasky. Nicole Alves Trindade. Jaden Uriarty. Kevin Valencia. Michaela Van Ness. April L. Van Slyke. Fallon Rose Vega. Kenneth Vega. George Max Belows. Randy Joseph Vengen. Ryan Borelli. Joshua Vernon. Alexis Vialta. Zoe Elizabeth Volchek. Deanna Wallazak. John Wallazak. Elijah Anthony Walker. Lillian Walsh. Jacob M. Walters. Austin F. Wan. Joy Waplehorst. Paula Wasif. Alexa Weaver. Kimberly Samantha Weaver. JC Marie Whirlwind Soldier Dow. Korea Janai White. Zachary White. Mishan Jerome William Jones. Kylie Alexis Wintle. Shay Marie Yaspel. Alyssa Euro. Brenna Zrebeck.
Congratulations, class of 2017. You have now earned the honor of shifting the tassel on your cap from the right side to the left. Please begin your recessional by moving towards the end zone at this time.